G'day there everyone, Daniel Anderson here. Now I'm with you today in a bit of an AMA or Ask Me Anything type of video for us today. I've got 3 questions that have come at me via the YouTube channel. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, head over to YouTube and it's at Daniel Anderson AU. Head over to the channel there, hit the subscribe button and the like button. And then if you have any comments or replying to videos, then your questions could be answered through these AMA videos as well. Now the first question comes around document sets, and the question is, can you create folders inside of document sets to provide structure in a folder based way inside of a document set? So the answer is yes. All right, so let's have a look at what that looks like. So we can see I'm just in a communication site. Now I've already enabled the document set site collection feature, added the document set content type to the library, and I can create a new document set. It appears in the new navigation. So let's go and say doc set 1 and we'll hit save. So that's going to create the document set for me. It takes me inside of this document set by default. If I jump back up to the library, we can see that there is the document set. I'll go inside the document set now and click new, and I'll click folder. You can see I've got my color coding here. So I've got creating a folder. Let's create another folder and we'll call this folder 2. And we'll hit create. We'll just give this a little bit of a refresh as well. And then you can see that inside of this document set, I now have folder 1 and folder 2. If I jump back up to the top level of the library, we can see that I've got the document set. I'll go back inside it. I've got folder 1 and I've got folder 2. We can create a new document inside of that folder. And we'll go yes to this one. And we'll just give this, and we'll click up here, we'll give it a name, and we'll go document 1, and we'll hit enter, and then we'll navigate our way back out to the library, and we'll go to doc set 1, we'll go to folder 1, and you can see that that file is now inside of that folder. So there's the first question. The answer is yes, you can have a folder structure inside of a document set. Now the second question here is around creating folders outside of Teams channels. So as we know, when we create a new channel, it creates a new folder. Now, if we create a folder that's outside or just in the root or the main or the top level of the SharePoint document library, the default, is that represented inside of, or does it create a channel, or is it represented inside of a channel? Now, the answer is no. All right. So what we're going to have a look at here is I'll just drag across this user environment here. So I'll jump into Teams and I'll go into the retail team here. So you can see we've got 2 channels. Now, if I go to the Files tab, you'll notice that when this loads, that we're in the document library, but we're inside of a folder called General. Now, I'll open this up in SharePoint and let's take a look at what that structure looks like. So you can see that we've got our breadcrumbs across the top, our default document library, and you can see that we've got in channels as a grouped view. So you can see here, I've got 2 folders that are associated or in channels, and that is directly related here. General NC 460 sales, General NC 460 sales. Now you can see that I've got all of these other documents that are outside those 2 folders though. So we can't, or they're not surfaced inside of the channel here. All right. So as an example, if I go new folder, and I go outside of Teams, and we'll give this a purple color and we'll create it. So now I've created a folder that's sitting here It's in the site library, but it's not in the channels. So I'll go back into Teams, and then you can see, I'll just give this a bit of a refresh, and you'll see that that folder actually isn't there as part, or doesn't create a channel, and it's not accessible in those channels. So I'll jump back into Teams, and you'll see I've still got general and I've still got NC460 sales, okay? But we don't have that new folder that I've just created. If I jump over to files, you can see that there. But what I can do in the general channel is navigate my way back to the root of the documents library. So we can see here now I can navigate up and down my library from inside of Teams, from within the files tab of the general channel. Now if I jump over to NC460 sales and go to files, you can see that I'm entering in that folder, but I don't have the navigation structure or the ability to navigate up to the top level of the library and then look at a holistic view of the library. That's only available in the general channel. Okay, so folders outside of Teams created in the libraries are not accessible inside of Teams. Okay. Now, the last question that we've got is around how can we connect multiple document libraries under one Microsoft Teams environment. So we'll stay in this same team because we can see that we've got what we're going to do is I'm going to create a new document library inside of retail, and let's call this policies. All right, so we'll create a new library called policies. Now that's sitting outside of Teams because remembering Teams uses this default document library here, but we want maybe surface this library inside of Teams. So what we can do is we can add a tab and we can add the SharePoint tab. So we'll go to SharePoint, and what we can do here is we can then add that policies library as a tab. So I'll go to document libraries. We can see that I'm in the retail team, document libraries, policies, and I'll hit save. Now what that's doing is now incorporating that new library as a tab inside of my Microsoft team. Now that can be added to any channel. So we can do the same thing in other channels. And then we've got the files tab, which is our general folder in our default document library. And we've also got our policies tab here that is surfacing and giving us the ability to utilize that new document library from the site. So there we go, 3 questions, all answered in this episode of AMA or Ask Me Anything. If you do have any questions, subscribe to the channel, hit me up in the comments or on LinkedIn. Hit me up on LinkedIn there, provide anything that you want answered, hit me up there and you may feature in the next AMA. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode.